Hey folks, this is a slightly different video. In this one, let's talk about the budget of a very small town in the United States. The reason I'm making this video is because I recently received a newsletter, official newsletter from the town I live in. So, quick background, currently I'm living in the village of Machesney Park, located in the state of Illinois in the United States. It is a small town with a population of just around 22,000 people. Something equivalent of that in India would be a small town of Mahargaon in the district of Kolhapur in the state of Maharashtra. Anyways, as a resident of this town, this is the official newsletter that I received. First, they talk about some key infrastructure improvement work that they intend to do in the near future. But then comes the most interesting part, budget for the financial year 2025-26. For the small town of Machesney Park, they plan to collect around $10 million in revenues. They also talk about where this revenue will come from. Most of it will come from sales taxes. Anything that gets sold in Machesney Park gets sales tax levied on it. Then the next major portion will come from state income tax. Machesney Park is in the state of Illinois. Illinois residents pay state income taxes and some portion comes back to Machesney Park. Then from permits, fines and fees, licenses and so on. Then the village plans to spend around $9 million. So not only they are running a balanced budget, they are setting aside some money for a rainy day fund at a village level. That is fascinating. Once they talk about the budget, the next they talk about what you can do to keep the area you live in neat and clean. It also talks about the storm sewer system that is in place in Machesney Park. Then it explains that this small town or village of Machesney Park is further divided into six sub-regions. They call those regions districts. How is it useful? Well, if you know which district you live in, you can directly contact the trustee of that particular district to either request more information or submit a complaint. Then it talks about any permitting requirements in case you want to build a structure on the land that you own. It also provides some publicity to new local businesses that have come up in the area. It helps these businesses get some much needed marketing. Then the other interesting part that I've found is on this page they talk about their plan to secure water supply for the future growth of the village. What they plan to do, they plan to build more wells, they plan to modify the existing water treatment plants up until 2029. That is excellent future planning as far as securing the water supply for the residents of the village. All this for a small village of roughly 22,000 people. I don't remember last time I saw the budget of a small town either in the United States or in India. To me, this shows effective devolution of power or decentralization of power not only in words but in action. See, there are many similarities between how the US and India are structured from geographical decentralization standpoint. If you look at the United States, it starts from the nation at the top. US has 50 states. We are going to focus on the state of Illinois. If I zoom into the state of Illinois, Illinois has several counties. Lee County, DeKalb County, Ogle. We are going to focus on Winnebago County. Now, if I zoom into the Winnebago County, this one has several cities, towns, and villages. Rockford is a big city in Winnebago County. Then you have Loves Park, the Machesney Park village that we talked about in this video, Durand, Rockton, and so on. Similarly, in India's case, we start at a nation level. India has 28 states and 8 union territories. Now let's focus on the state of Maharashtra. If I zoom into Maharashtra, it has several districts: Solapur, Ahmednagar, Jalna, and so on. Now, if I zoom into a certain district in Maharashtra, let's pick Solapur. In the district of Solapur, there is, of course, the city of Solapur, but then there are small towns, talukas, and villages: Pandharpur, Mohor, Barshi, etc. So, you can see US and India are structured quite similarly from the nation level at the top to the town level. Again, the point is when the budget gets announced at a national level in India, it gets all the attention from the media. How much the government plans to spend, how much is capex spend, what are the subsidies, how much government plans to collect in taxes. That dovetails into, are there any tax breaks for the middle class, big corporates, etc. But I haven't seen anyone looking at budget announcements of the states in India. Forget about budgets of cities, small towns, villages. Maybe there is some focus on big cities like Mumbai or Delhi, but other than that, no interest in finances of our small towns. I believe cities and towns in the Indian states should copy what the village of Machesney Park is doing. Let residents know how much the town plans to spend, how much they expect to collect in taxes, and from where, what major improvement works they are planning to do. Distribute this information to residents in a transparent and proactive manner. In my view, this will encourage decentralization of power, ensure accountability for authorities at a local town level, and maybe encourage some residents to disclose their income, pay taxes for a change. I hope you found this analysis interesting. I'll speak with you again next week. Until then, take care.